a run.
Whoever told the sun to awaken, whoever told the moon to clutch the sea, did the sun ever say back, Master, I refuse to shine? Did the moon ever refuse to change the tides? What does that say for me?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ace Trigger 00, and I'm here bringing you a late episode of Trigger Talks. Before I really get into anything in the episode, I just want to apologize for anybody waiting for this episode on Friday. Pretty much what happened was I was supposed to have gotten off of work around 2. I ended up getting off work around like 3:40 or whatever, and then I ended up, after being off the clock for like a little bit, I ended up having to come back on the clock and help them with stuff, and I was there till like really late last night. And then by the time I got home, it was like after 8, like almost 9 o'clock or something like that. And at that point, I really kind of didn't feel like sitting there trying to do it right away, so it would have still been up by Friday. So I ended up getting up Saturday, well, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, filming, editing this and putting it together. So here you have it now, guys. So that being said, like I said, I'm sorry for that. Hopefully, I won't have that issue again where an episode will be up late. If anything, if that includes having to film them 2 days in advance or whatever, I'll try to do that so that way I won't miss any more episodes because I'm sorry, I'm still tired, I guess. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to do them ahead of time because that way I won't be late. And for the people that actually do enjoy watching the show, I don't want to, take away from you guys having to wait longer for an episode or whatever. So that being said, let's get into today's episode. I'm mainly for this episode, I'm just going to be talking about Xenoverse. Mainly, I guess, kind of like a short game review. Possibly if there's a Xenoverse 2, which I don't know if that's. Look at his butt cheeks. Anybody else see that? I don't know if it's been necessarily confirmed that there's going to be a Xenoverse 2, but pretty much, if I want to see a Xenoverse 2, I'm just pretty much talking about what I would want to see in a second Xenoverse. I'm not really going to talk much about Dragon Ball Super or Battle of Z or Revival of F or Pikachu F. I kind of want to save those for another video where I can talk just specifically about those. I probably will touch a little bit about them, but not too much. So, and especially because since if I talk about those two or those 3 in particular, and people haven't seen them, then it'll be spoilers, and I don't want to have too many spoilers in this episode since I'm not really focusing on that. So, like I said, I'll save that for another video. But real quick, let me just go ahead and get in a little bit, I guess, my kind of review of Xenoverse. So I'm gonna first off say that Xenoverse is probably the best Dragon Ball Z game I've played. And before you guys tell me, there are so many more video games, Dragon Ball Z video games better than Xenoverse, like Ultimate Tenkaichi, Budokai Tenkaichi, blah blah blah. I'm gonna put out the fact that while I've played some of the other Dragon Ball Z games, I've never actually owned any of them. I've always played them at friends' house, so it's not like I could sit down, beat the game, and play them multiple times, stuff like that. The first actual Dragon Ball Z game that I've actually owned was Battle of Z, which some people have mixed feelings about that game. I personally liked it-ish. I bought it for my Vita and then turned around and bought it for my PS3, so I played the game twice, so I guess it can show that I liked it to a certain degree, if you want to say. But in terms of I guess you want to say kind of character variety and customization and whatnot, definitely this game, Xenoverse, I like a lot more than Battle of Z. I don't know, Battle of Z was like, was kind of like I liked it, but it was kind of just I don't know. It was kind of weird-ish. Not weird, but it's kind of weird. I don't know. But well, this is Xenoverse uh, review, so it's Xenoverse. So Xenoverse, I would give it about a good 4-star, maybe 4.5-star rating. Um, I thought it was an excellent game. The storyline was um, pretty decent, easy to follow. I mean, it's one of those games where even if you know not really a Dragon Ball Z fan or know anything about it, you could still jump right in the game and you pretty much would be straight because I mean the whole game pretty much goes through majority of the Dragon Ball Z history. um, One thing that I really had an issue about this entire game, which I mean I'm pretty sure other people might have talked about this, maybe not. But one thing that I really found annoying was Parallel Quest 47. That was probably the most hardest quest in the entire game, and you had to do it by yourself at first with your custom character, and it literally took me probably like over 100 tries to beat that one parallel quest. And how I eventually beat it was when I had finished my training with Goku and I got the Super Kamehameha. Which by the way, if you guys haven't watched my Xenoverse videos I have uploaded, pretty much I have a Saiyan, so I just charged up my Saiyan, went Super Saiyan, and just spammed the Super Kamehameha throughout the entire match, and that's pretty much how I won. With some of you guys might be like, "Oh, that's cheap. You know, you're spamming spams a lot." But I was like, "Well, you know what? I'm just trying to beat this one mission so I can unlock Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and be finished all my parallel quests." I had finished every single parallel quest, including all the DLC ones, and the only one that I was still trying to beat was number 47. So I think my personal opinion, well, I don't know if maybe it's that's how the developers made it, but I mean, I felt like that level was just too when I played it, like the first part wasn't where it really started to get hard was when you fought Vegeta's family, and then but I mean that wasn't too bad because I beat that. It was mainly when I got to fighting Goku's family because it would be like you'd be attacking one of them. Like say you're attacking Goku, and then Gohan would hit you with a Super Kamehameha, and then as soon as his is almost done, Goku will do one, and then so you'll pretty much go from Gohan to Goku, and then as soon as Goku's almost done, Gohan will hit you with another one. So it was like they kind of like team took turns like just spamming this move at you, and I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna finish this. And even if I saved all my items for the last match, I still ended up dying because it was just too much to spam. I don't know. So that was probably one of my least favorite matches. A lot of other people, which I kind of have to agree to. One other thing about this game was there wasn't, I guess there wasn't equal opportunities for transformations for everybody. I mean, you had the Saiyans; they could obviously go Super Saiyan, they could go Kaioken. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the Kaioken skill is also available for the humans. I don't know, don't quote me on that, because the only character I've so far made was a Saiyan, so I don't know. But I know the Saiyans could go Saiyan, Kaioken, and then I think later on they released Potential Unleashed or whatever, but it would have been nice if they would have had, if it wasn't, Kaioken for the humans and obviously have Potential Unleashed. For Frieza race, maybe you could have a transformation. Namex, I guess, go Super Namex or whatever. So I mean, it would have been great if they would add variety. But then again, if they did plan on doing a Xenoverse 2, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have did that for the first game. I would have saved that for another game, so that way, that would be an improvement from the first one to the second one. But that's just me. Some people thought that the Super Saiyan was a little OP, which, I mean, honestly, I think it could have been balanced a little bit better, but, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I kind of did wish you could go like Super Saiyan 3, something like that, but I mean, I'm not complaining. At least we got to go Super Saiyan 1 and 2, so it's not too bad. On to some stuff for Xenoverse 2, I guess. I think if you were able to go to more Super Saiyan levels past 2, that would be cool. And Super Saiyan 3 maybe. Even if they had Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, those would be awesome. I mean, you wouldn't even need a lot, have to do a lot. It wouldn't be like that's something that's hard to do, because all you have to do, all it really would be was just changing the hair red or changing the hair blue, which is pretty much what the Super Saiyan, like, physical change of the Super Saiyan, that's what it is, just change the hair color. So, I mean, I think that'd be easy to do. Another thing that I think would be cool is, which I know before the game came out, there was a lot of people wondering if that would be a possibility, but I would like to see if they would allow fusions in Xenoverse 2. Now, a lot of people are saying they don't know how that would work for online people, and to be honest, I don't think it would work out too. I don't know how they'd be able to balance it, work it out. But I think if they were to do fusions, like via dance or toward earrings, the best way to do it would be to let you combine your custom characters, and that way you don't have to worry about, oh, who's going to use the character or how they're going to, what's it going to look like. If you use your custom characters, then you could pretty much, go through the editing process of combining them yourself. You could, decide which skills you want to use for them, and that would be that'd be pretty awesome. Now I don't know if they would make it where it would just be, where, like, say you only could combine your two Saiyans, or you could only combine your two Earthlings, or if they would allow you to combine the Namekian and like a Frieza race. Is this something that could potentially happen? I don't know, but this is just something that I would, what I'm saying, I would like to see in a possible Xenoverse 2. So we got that. More, transformations for other races. I don't know if other races would be in other games. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of, happy with the set that we already have. But I mean, if they want to, put some more in the game, more power to them, that'd be awesome. And that's just more people to unlock, more to play. So sure, go for it. Another thing that I would like to see is, more customizations. I mean, there is a decent amount of customizations, but I mean, majority of them are, other characters' clothes, pretty much. I mean, some clothes, you can customize, the color or whatnot, but I mean, you can't, like, stuff that you unlock from, like, a certain character, like Android 17's pants. If you got them, you couldn't change the color to them. Which, I was great. I was like, I'd like to be able to change them. Or like you see my character, he's wearing Vegeta's shirt. I would like to be able to change the color to that, to a different color. But, it's not something that you can do. Some characters' clothes you can change, some you can't. So I just kind of wish you had more customizations with that. I wish that I mean, it'd be cool if you could even make, like, I mean, I don't know if you could or not, because I know I never really tried, but I mean, it'd be cool if you could also make a character who, like, Kid Goku. Like I say, I could be wrong, there probably was one, because I didn't spend too much time on, trying to look at customizations like that when the game first came out. I was just like, I already had an idea in mind of how I wanted my character to look, so that's pretty much what I was, just trying to make that instead of looking at everything. So I should probably go look at this stuff before I even say anything about this. Whatever. But another thing too is, I wish, which everybody I know says is, I wish to God you could make a skinny male Majin. I really didn't want a fat Majin. That's one reason why I didn't. Well, I mean, I didn't stand first anyway, but that's one thing that I want is a skinnier Majin, not fat dude. Aside from that other thing too, I wish that would also be different. It's just like some certain items is kind of like ridiculous to find. Mainly the Dragon Balls, which I mean, I guess it kind of it adds to it, because kind of like in the show, like in the show it wasn't like they could find the Dragon Balls within like one 20-something minute episode, but I mean, the way you have to get the Dragon Balls was like, that I know there's like two separate missions you could do, but you have to hope that there's somebody else's character there to fight, and then after that you have to hope that they drop the Dragon Ball. So it's like you could, you're potentially going through missions, doing them, and you could do them like 1,000 times and still not get anything. So they constantly start over. So after a while, it's kind of frustrating. But I mean, pretty much I'm saying, I wish there was like an easier way to collect Dragon Balls or whatever. But I mean, it's I don't know. Hopefully, like I said, the second one could be worked on. Um, I mean, pretty much as in fighting mechanics, I don't think they were too bad too much. I mean, it kind of reminded me of playing a game, like an Ultimate Ninja Storm series. You have your basic combo hits, you have your your I guess your substitution, or you can teleport behind the enemy. Your block, your guard. So I mean, it's fine. One thing I kind of thought was weird was that when you looked in the menu for your moves, there's like an input for like a right trigger, left trigger, circle, but there's nothing you can't assign. You can assign a move to it. I could be wrong, but like in right here, even right there on the screen, you see where like Gohan has a right trigger, left trigger, circle attack, but there's no actual circle attack. I don't know why they would have it on there, but never let you use anything. I mean, unless maybe there's something that you can put there. I just haven't unlocked yet. But then again, I find that highly unlikely. So we should have put that in there. Now, as far as doing a Xenoverse 2, I'm not really sure, what story they could follow because they pretty much went through all of Z main points in GT. So, I mean, the only thing that I could think they would be doing is, they could, which would be kind of cool, was if they kind of, add events from the movies, more stuff from GT, and it'd be awesome if they introduced some Dragon Ball characters, which, I mean, this late in the Dragon Ball Z universe, Dragon Ball characters would be kind of useless and pointless, but I mean, it'd be still awesome, and it could, up their playable characters. So I mean, I think it's an awesome idea. I think they should do it, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I'm pretty sure they want to do Super, but they can't do much of Super since Super hasn't a lot out yet. But I mean, possibilities are endless. I don't know. That's pretty much like my short review of Xenoverse and what I would like to see in the Xenoverse 2. Thank you guys. Like I said, I'm sorry for the late episode. I'm gonna try not to have more late episodes in the future, but we'll see what happens. Also, guys, I'm going to start doing shout-outs to other YouTubers. So, for this week, the YouTuber shout-out is Kiss Dash. Make sure you check her out. I'll leave a link in the description. Check out her channel. Just putting quite a few Batman Arkham Knight gameplay. And our song of the week is from Our Last Night. It's a cover of Clarity. Check it out. Awesome song. And I hope you guys enjoy it. My clarity!